Today we'll be starting with the factors affecting elasticity of demand. Here's a list of factors affecting elasticity of demand. I'll be going through it one by one in a sequence. Let's start with the first one, time period. During the short time period, the commodities have less elastic demand, and in the long run period, commodities have more elastic demand because in case the price has increased for a short period of time, the consumers cannot shift to any other product because probably substitutes are not available. But in the long run, if the price remains very high, the product will develop its substitutes which may be cheaper, and the consumers will shift to the cheaper substitutes. Hence, demand will fall down in the long run. So, demand is said to be elastic. Moving, same concept here, time period. Longer the time period, higher will be the elasticity, because in the long period, the consumers have time to wait for a fall in the price, and therefore demand changes when the price of the commodity changes. Next, products to which we are habituated will have less elastic demand. Consumer will keep on consuming those type of commodities, whatever be the price, because they are habituated to such products. Hence, demand will not fall down. That means less elastic or inelastic. Then, next one, level of income. Higher the level of income, lower will be the elasticity of demand, and vice versa. That means rich people, whatever be the price, can purchase the commodities. They are not affected by the price rise. They will buy the commodity whatever be the price. Hence, demand will remain same. Poor people also, they have no other alternative. They are buying the cheapest good, and the cheapest goods price has increased. So they have no other alternative. They have to continue purchasing that. Problem comes up with the middle section, who do not buy the cheapest products. When the products which they purchase, those type of products, when the price increases, such type of consumers will shift to the cheaper commodities available, which are purchased by the poorer sections of the society. So for that middle range price products, demand will decrease. Okay, hence it has elastic demand. But for rich and poor, demand is not elastic because they are not bothered, and these have no alternative. Next, number of uses. More the number of uses a commodity can be put to, more elastic is the demand. For example, milk we use for domestic consumption, for making sweets, for making ice creams, etc. When the price of milk increases, we will use it for the most important purpose, that is for consumption, which has no substitute, and say we will use milk powder for making the other products. Hence, demand will fall down. Demand will fall down means the demand is elastic. Next comes availability of close substitutes. If there are substitutes available for a product, suppose the price of tea increases, suddenly the demand will fall down because people will shift to coffee. So the demand is elastic. But for goods where there are no close substitutes present, whatever be the price, people keep on consuming the commodities. Hence, demand remains inelastic. Next one, proportion of total expenditure spent on a commodity. That means how much money you are spending on buying one product. Suppose you are spending a huge amount of money on buying one product, and that product's price increases, you will try to shift to a different commodity. But if you are investing less money on a product, say newspapers, we spend to 150 to 200 rupees in a month on newspapers. Suppose the price of newspapers increases from 5 rupees to 6 rupees, hardly our budget will be affected. Hence, we will not change the consumption. Okay. So, when we are putting in more money for a product and that product's price changes, we will shift to some other product. That means that product's demand will fall down. That means that product's demand is elastic. Larger the proportion of the total expenditure spent on a good, higher will be the elasticity. But lesser amount spent, demand will be inelastic. Next, nature of a commodity. Necessities are important for our survival. We will buy it whatever be the price. So the demand is less elastic or inelastic. Comforts which are needed to live a better life, air conditioners, refrigerators. Now our life has become such that we cannot live with air conditioners and refrigerators. Okay, so demand will fall down, but not to a very great extent. Okay, but in case of luxuries which are not required for our survival, nor they make our life comfortable, it's only a status symbol. These type of products, demand is very elastic. That means if the price rises, people will stop purchasing those goods completely. The last point here, if the demand for the commodities can be postponed. If the demand for a commodity can be postponed, that is can be postponed, that means we can buy that product later on. For example, furniture and clothing. Okay, we can wait for the product. It's not very urgent. So in that case, if the price of furniture is more, we will wait for the price to fall down. We will not buy it immediately. Hence, immediately the demand for furniture falls down, right? Because we are not buying the product now. Hence, the demand is elastic. If demand can change, it is elastic. If demand cannot change, it is inelastic. Demand for a commodity is inelastic if it cannot be postponed. For example, medicines. You will buy medicines whatever be the price if you are sick. So, demand of medicines will not be affected with a rise in price or fall in price. Hence, the demand for medicines is inelastic.